Okay, so we're live. 3 minutes to the open. Now, I have a couple of ways of kind of setting this up here. So I am still generally bullish, obviously, because the order flow is going higher on the 4 hour. However, we have extended quite far since Friday. So my thinking is short-term bias would be short towards 50%, or at least on this point of interest before going longs. So it might, if we go higher and take some of London's liquidity, either on the ES or the NQ, I'm going to be looking for shorts if we first pump up here, which is this kind of breaker. Let's say it's a breaker on the 15-minute. Otherwise, if we start extending straight away towards sell side, then this is going to be my target, and then waiting to see what is going to happen around here, because obviously on the 1 hour, if we start, this is the 1 hour breaker essentially here, and then the last point of support. If it is very eager to go a bit lower, this is the optimal trade entry for longs if we are still bullish. Now, if we extend aggressively and we close around here on the hourly, then I'll have to wait because we might attack the previous week lows. So let's see how things will go. Gonna have to be patient because we can trade both shorts and longs. We are kind of on around the equilibrium of this range here, and just waiting to see what's gonna happen. So let's see. So it's been consolidating around here, so we might take some liquidity on the buy side, and if there is an SMT with ES and it displaces lower after it takes some sort of buy side liquidity, then we're looking for shorts on the short term. Okay, ES took the New York AM buy side. Let's drop to the 1 minute, because if there is a displacement lower, then I'm happy to take it lower. If it wants to go a little bit higher and take the whole of London and towards midnight before it drops, then we could do that. certainly it's not displacing lower yet. If we're gonna see displacement, it would be on ES as well. And there is a little bit of discombobulation between ES and NQ at the moment. I like 933. Sometimes it reverses at 933. So let's see if it's gonna take the short-term buy-side liquidity. Okay, let's see on the 15-second. If it displaces, I'm happy to take it lower. I want to see if this level holds as some resistance. Okay. Happy to take this lower. If it fails, it fails. wants to go higher first. Okay, we have a shift. Let's see. How this will react. Yeah, let's take it. So TP1 will be below here. I'm gonna add So this displacement doesn't look good above this little FEG on the 15-second chart, but we'll see how, if it's gonna drop once more. "30 seconds still looks okay. So this is TP 1 and 2. And then we'll leave a runner in case it wants to go all the way to our point of interest before looking for longs. 1 minute to the next 15-minute candle usually is the next macro, which is gonna hopefully push it down before it decides to go up, if it wants to go up. I'm gonna move to break even if we hit our first target. I want to see a displacement below this week, because if it doesn't, it might want to revisit, take buy side before it goes lower. And this is the last line on the sand. We don't want to see any displacement above this CB. We just want to see it drop, close below, and then drop below towards our target. But too much resistance. One more. Let's see, one more attempt to go lower. If it fails, we'll close the position. If it closes below, then I'm happy to hold it a bit longer. Otherwise, I'm gonna go break even, and if it loses, it loses. That's it. Let's wait and see if it wants to go below again. It's the last candle of waiting, and then I'm releasing to break even if it closes inside the okay. Break even. I'm not risking it again going above because it seems like it's consolidating. I'm going to remove these and just close my position manually if I have to. I'm gonna close it here. We'll take, if it reaches, we'll take 2 contracts and just leave 1. Okay, that's 1. And then the second one on the line, which is the short-term sell-side liquidity. Just a little bit more. That's it. So we removed another contract. I hope it's gonna change it because I've already placed the order. And then we're looking to see how far it wants to go down. This is kind of the terminus of the bottom, which is, if you see on the 1 hour, it's yesterday's kind of, is it the daily low? Yeah, no, it is not quite the daily low, but it is a good sell side liquidity. There are like a few relatively equal lows on the 15-minute. So yeah, let's remove this as well. So the way I see it, my reasoning is that from a consolidation, I was looking to see a market maker buying model in order to go. This is the wrong one. Let's see, brush, essentially to see something like this from the original consolidation to go something like this and continue higher. So if we see this panning out, and this is the original consolidation and this is engineered liquidity, then we can remove our position down here and wait for longs if it wants to reach as low as that, but we will see. So here, if we were gonna go lower, what kind of resistance I would find is these were supported here, so this should be a good resistance for going lower in case it wants to bump up a bit. So let's see. Okay, seems like we're going higher now. Okay, the position should come off, but because it's trading view, paper trading, it has some sort of delay. So we've taken sell side on the NQ with a nice SMT. So we'll see if it wants to go higher. I'm not satisfied yet with the fact that it hasn't dropped lower, but there is plenty of buy side liquidity around here, and worst case scenario it might try to go above 50% liquidity. So let's see how that, like, I'm gonna try to close this manually, but it's failed to close it. It will close eventually. Okay. Now we just took London. It goes towards the midnight open. We have certainly an inversion on the 1 minute to go higher, and that is pretty powerful as a signature that the price does want to go higher after taking sell side at the right time. So if this position would come off, then I would consider going longs. So again, a recap here what we did. After the open, consolidation, SMT with ES, and then a bit of consolidation and the beginning of a little market maker buy model. So the left side, we traded the left side of the curve towards the London lows and towards the New York AM low, and consolidation and then expansion upwards. Now again, ES fully took the London high. Oh, there you go, the position came off. Took London high. So we're gonna have to wait. I'm not convinced that it's done going lower, but we'll see. It's a very, very messy price action. So we inverted on the 5 minute, we've inverted on the 4, 3. 3 minute looks very clear. So we'll see if it tries to push lower. Then we have probably the beginning of a market maker buy model going left side, buy side, or we go straight away upside to here. So let's see. I'm not engaging in longs right now because ES already took London buy side, whereas NQ hasn't. So I am not convinced. We are looking bullish, but barely. Is pretty much on consolidation. So relative equal lows, we might go sweep again. So okay, new time cycle. Again, looking on the hourly, we are bang on 50% of this range. I am not convinced that we're done going downwards, but I want to see buy side taken with an SMT, displacement low on both ES and NQ on the 1 minute, and then I can take a short again. Now let's see, I'm gonna remove some of the noise of the time cycles. So it's a bit confusing. We see a 10-minute and a 90-minute SMT to go short, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Feels like a trap. It'd be nice to see a push up and then a push down, or a push down and then a push up. Yeah, it is possible that it's just engineering liquidity here so that it can start the market maker buy model and take it later on, because surely on the ES has already dropped and inverted. Yeah, I can take another short. Oh, too late. So original idea was right. It seems like it might go down here, but it might be just a manipulation right now. So let's see. Now I'm happy that it wants to take that sell side. So let's see what kind of resistance we will find here. And I might take this short. Okay, let's take it. this is a bit of a high risk trade. Ideally, we need displacement below this, which is kind of the left side of the curve from yesterday. We need to see a little bit of a displacement around this time. Sometimes when the new 15-minute candle opens, then we can see a retracement again, but we will see. So I assume this is the original consolidation, and then we might see retracement towards our point of interest before trying longs. And now, because it's such a big distance, it's like, what is it, 100 points, around 100 points to the sell side, so I can treat it as a target. So it's like trading essentially the left side of the curve, which I don't really like, but it is a demo account. I've traded for my Tradify this morning in London, so this is practice for me. So I'm just practicing the PDRAs, practicing what I'm seeing. I would love to be able to trade both the left side of the curve and right side of the curve. That's why I'm kind of engaging a little bit more aggressively. And my stops are quite wide, because the left side of the curve, I find that it tends to kind of grind, and it's very high resistance, so I tend to allow for a little bit more leeway, a little bit more room to breathe. The amount of times I've been stopped break even is unreal. Like before going to my target, it's a big problem that I have right now, or moving my stop loss break even just a touch too soon, just enough for it to come back up, take me out, and continue towards my target. It can be really demoralizing when it happens, but kind of used to it. So let's see if this is gonna pan out. So in half an hour, 40 minutes, I have a client coming in, so I'm gonna cut the stream short. I'm not looking to place more trades. Already my mental capital is kind of drained a bit. Yeah, it is a high resistance run if it's gonna go. So this is kind of the time that if it displaces a little bit below, I would normally move my stop to break even and then get tapped out. Now I'm not going to do it yet, but if it does displace, if it finds a lot of resistance on this area here, then I will bring it to break even and just call it a day. If it displaces below, again I'll take it to break even, and then I expect this to act as strong resistance before dropping to my target. So yeah, the hope is that it's just not gonna reverse right now and start going up, because I wanted to reach here, see how it's gonna react, and I wanted to kind of almost cut it like butter, through like butter, some resistance, maybe play a little bit around and then drop below. And if it closes below, then break even stop for me is the way to go. So we have all the elements today. Originally bearish short term, obviously, just to kind of go down to around 50% of the overall upward 4-hour displacement higher. And we have our SMT, we have good time within the macro, and then we're displacing lower, retracing, finding resistance on this inverted fair value gap on the 1 minute, continue lower. So I want to see how it's gonna act on this resistance here. So I'm gonna go break even, give it a few more seconds chance to see if it wants to drop again. But if it displaces and it closes above that wick, then I'm going to close the trade. This blue zone is from like yesterday. If you see here, there's like, I expect it to kind of reach below here. Did it actually reach below this one? No, it hasn't. Okay. So let's give it another couple of minutes. 15-minute looks as if it's making essentially a manipulation before it goes higher. It's like the last kind of leg, but I don't know. Oh, we have a gap on the data from 19 minutes straight to 21. So 30 seconds. I really do want to see it dropping. Okay, happy to go break even, and if it breaks me, then that's me out, because it might retrace up here again. So not really interested. I'm about to start work again. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it will come off. Yeah, that's fine. So what have we done today? So this is the 7th. Okay. 11. Today is 11. Okay. Started with a bit of a loss the first attempt to go short, and then we took a couple of contracts lower, and then that was pretty much a break-even trade. Okay, so some sort of profit. So yeah, expectation is drop lower, come around here, treat it as support and go higher, or melt to previous day low and then see what it wants to do. But enough energy spent for the day. Now I'm just gonna go get ready for work, guys. So thanks for watching, and I will see you at some point soon.